What's going on, you guys? It's the FPL Penguin. I'm back with another video for you all, and it's only like a quick sort of video for you all. And it's basically I put out a tweet the other day, and basically saying here, as you can see right here, we'll be doing an FPL community's bold predictions, like unpopular opinions, season for the season, this season coming video. So I asked quite a few of you. A few of you came back, quite a good lot of you. Also on Instagram as well. That's a bit later on. But we'll start off with the Twitter ones. But if you do enjoy the video, hit the like button and do subscribe. Something new putting out there. Something a bit more fresh into the content as we get ready for the new season ahead. Also, do check out my last few videos as well. I did a draft stream yesterday. Great turnout. Thank you so much once again to everyone that turned up in that stream. Fantastic. So we're going to start with the first one. Here he is. It's Kobe. How you doing, Kobe? So Kobe's one is Neto is overrated. You know, I don't get the Neto hype. I don't get it. I really don't get the Neto hype. I think it's, I know he's 5.5, but there are some other good 5.5, less than 5.5 million gems out there. It's not just Neto. I don't know where this huge bandwagon's come from for the last 2 weeks with Neto. Wolves don't score that much. He's had his injuries. They are rotation. Wolves, Leeds could be up for this. And like I said, if you follow me on TikTok as well, I put out a 5.5 million midfielders or less video. Players like Elise, Bailey's out there as well. Wiser from Brentford. There's just some other good gems, better gems out there. So do reconsider, have a good look around, and there are so much better players out there. Fraser, he's really good with Eddie Howe. Eddie Howe really likes him. He's usually a regular starter. Fraser, good chemistry between the two. There's Fraser as well, 5.5. Neto, I don't get it either, mate. I really don't get it either. And you can see here, I couldn't agree more. Right, let's have a look at the other ones now. Let's have some more look at the Twitter ones. Let me know what you think of that one, guys. It'd be good to hear from you guys. This one's from Billy. He's put 2. It's got Ollie Watkins will score 18 plus goals this season. Now, obviously being a bit biased, he's a Villa fan, but I think, Aston Villa, slowly, Steven Gerrard building that team a bit more, making the defence a tiny bit more tighter, and they're looking all right in pre-season so far. Ollie Watkins at 7.5 million, I believe. I think it's the same price as Callum Wilson. He's definitely one to eye. A nice gem if you're thinking of going for a front three in FPL. Haaland, Jesus, and Watkins. Watkins is a lovely one to go for. I don't know why. He's definitely going under the radar because we know about Villa's fixtures. They've got Bournemouth, they've got Everton and Palace in the first 3 games. So I think if he starts off well, he could reach that target. He could get over at least 15 goals this season. And I don't think it's a bad shout. And another one to talk about as well. Billy sent another one in. Jack Grealish with ball out with Haaland to play off him, unfortunately. Yeah, well, I talk about Grealish as well. Fantastic for Aston Villa, that's his boyhood club from the Midlands. Going to City, still trying to slowly gel into that team. I'm sure he'll still be a regular starter, make some good passes to Haaland and stuff. But yeah, it will be interesting to see, indeed, should we say. Alex, another one here. We've got one from Alex. Thank you, Alex. Thank you, Billy, as well, and Kobe. We've got one from Alex. Bruno G from Newcastle is going to be a massive flop in terms of FPL points. Same with Odegaard. A lot of sexy passes, pre-assists, but not so many points. Yeah, can I be honest with you? I kind of agree with this. Because I know you guys have seen me with Bruno G in my draft team in the early days this season. But something tells me after the last season finish, I was kind of thinking, can this guy do it again? I'm still skeptical. I'm still 50-50 about it. I'm not 100% or 90% sure this guy can do. I kind of think he can, but like Alex is saying, maybe like Odegaard, all about the passes and stuff, and maybe not getting those points FPL wise, the goals and assists, because bit of a troll. Like some people like myself went for Odegaard, and instead of Saka getting those points, Odegaard's just putting them good passes in and not really doing what Saka was doing, getting those points. So I kind of understand that a bit. Kind of do. I kind of somewhat agree to what Alex is saying there. Thank you, Alex. Do appreciate it. Here's one from Reese. Fun fact about him: finished second in for Wales, not for Wales in the FPL Wales League, Welsh League. Fun fact, it's true, I believe. Alvarez, this is from Reese. Alvarez will be in everyone's team post Game Week 16. The new guy, Alvarez. Wow. I can just try and pull up some stats. I should have been a bit more prepared for this. Now, Alvarez. Now he sounds like he was ripping it up. I don't know too much about him. It's Julian Alvarez. Last season, I only started 4 games out of 5. Looks like because it was still the season was going. I don't know when when the Argentinian league starts, but he probably just left when it was still going, when it just started. So 3 goals and 2 assists in about 5 appearances. If we get a bit more of an accurate reading, season before that, last year, 17 starts, 21 appearances, well, total played for Alvarez, 18 goals and 6 assists. Now that's the Argentinian league. This is the Premier League. Now it's a bold statement. Can he do well? Who knows? I don't know much about him, just by reading those stats as well. I've put them out there. We'll have to see how he does. Is he going to start? You got Mahrez, you got Foden, you got Grealish. You got Silva, you got KDB. What formation they're going to go with? They got Haaland. What's going to happen? Is he a striker? Is he like a right winger, attacking right winger from what he played with River Plate? Who knows? That's a bold one to go for, but who knows? He might be this guy who just suddenly breaks out and starts surprising people. Who knows? Decent shout, Reese. Thank you. And got one here from, is it Kared? I hope I pronounced that right, mate. Arsenal to finish above Spurs this time round. That's bold. Interesting. I still predict Spurs, so I kind of disagree with that. But interesting. Chelsea don't get top 4. I kind of agree with that. I just think there's something about. I definitely City Liverpool in the top 4. Spurs, I think, will be up there again. It's going to be who's going to be up there. Newcastle building well. If they build a bit more, there's Manchester United, there's West Ham, there's maybe Leicester, there's Arsenal. Who's going to get it? I think Chelsea probably won't do as well as they did last season, to be honest with you. So I kind of agree with that one. Forest comfortably to stay up comfortably. So that's an interesting one. So I think somewhat agree with that as well. I think they're building well, but comfortably, could they be the next Brentford, next Sheffield United, next Leeds, how they were in the first seasons? Who knows? I was mentioning this in my stream, I think. Definitely. I agree with 2 out of 3 somewhat. Yeah, what you said, mate. No, I appreciate it. Right, what we're going to do now, we're going to move on now to the Instagram one. So thank you to all the Twitter guys out there. Really appreciate it. We've got one from Instagram, and it is from, can I get on the screen? I've got on the screen. There we go. Should we make it a bit bigger? It's KDB versus, better than Haaland. KDB better than Haaland. How interesting that. So one gone. We'll make it a bit more. We make it a bit more bigger. There we go. KDB better than Haaland from FPL on the Dugout from Instagram. Do give him a follow. I'm kind of. I'd love both of them in my team. Haaland's got that monster like ownership at the minute. KDB, I think they'll link up well. We've yet to see it yet. We haven't seen it yet, obviously, in pre-season and all that. But KDB is KDB. He's like the GOAT, along with Salah in the Premier League. This is what I'm always saying. KDB, I do agree with that. KDB is better than Haaland. He's proved it. Haaland's not proved it in the Premier League. KDB has proved it in the Champions League as well, along with Haaland as well. So I actually do think. So I do agree with that, but looking at FPL terms wise, I think with KDB, it's going to be interesting how these two link up. But I'd really, if Haaland's ownership wasn't so high, I would actually go for KDB instead of Haaland and FPL. But I'd like to get both of them in. So at the moment on my draft, I'm still Haaland over KDB. But yeah, I do agree with KDB better than Haaland at this moment of time, definitely, because he's proved it and everything, and Champions League finals and all that. So next one we're going to go to is from O Cassidy. How you doing, mate? We'll make you a bit more big on the screen as well. So yeah, Perisic. This is something. Perisic is overhyped. I agree with this. It's like with Neto. He's come from Inter Milan. He's 33. Not saying he's not good enough. He's played under Conte. We've yet to see what he can do. Is he definitely going to start though? Like with Neto, I just think there's too much hype, and he's 5.5. If you look at Doherty, he's 5 million. Why don't you go for him? He's proven already. He's adapted well in that Spurs lineup under Conte. Why are you not going for him, guys? Yeah, so it's a really weird one, to be honest, with why Perisic is getting so overhyped. I don't understand it myself. Why this man's getting? I'm not saying he's not good enough. He's a legend in the game. He's done so well, and I think this is a good move from at Spurs. He's got good chemistry. It's like I said with Eddie Howe and Fraser, Eddie Howe and Wilson, and all that, and Richie. So they're going to have good chemistry, him and the manager, but is he going to start? Definitely. How's he going to do? How many minutes is he going to get? I think it's overhyped with the FPL community, in my opinion. He's one of the players along with Neto. So I definitely agree with that, mate. We've got another one here. I don't know anything much about this guy, but I believe when I was looking at a Manchester United tweet, I have to show you this guy, so we can go back to it. We'll get back on the screen for you. I'll tell you what I did see. This... Malacia. Now on the screen here, someone's put this out. Statman Dave, our Man United line up because they're playing Liverpool tomorrow in a pre-season friendly. Just let you guys know. And they got Martial. They've also got as well up front. That's the lineup in training. And this Malacia looks like a left back. They also got Shaw. They got Telles. I think this is the guy they just signed. Is that the guy they just signed as well? I'm not too sure. So. Yeah, he's playing like a left back with Wan-Bissaka on the other side. Looks like a 4-2-3-1. So that's a bit of stats going on there. So 4.5. Bargain of the season. We'll have to see, mate. Definitely a decent shot. I don't know anything about him. Not as much I do with Alvarez. But yeah, 4.5. Is he going to start? It could be the manager's plans. Who knows? But could be a good shot to go for. But I still think United are United. The defense ain't great, so we'll have to see. So we've got another one here as well. This is from Edward. Edward, thank you, and thank you, Donal, as well for your question. Edward, Jesus to increase most in value. So during the season, 8 million. He's gonna, because people want to get him in. He's like this kind of budget striker, much cheaper than Haaland, much cheaper than Kane. I think Jesus could have a good season. We've looked at the fixtures, Bournemouth and all that, and Crystal Palace, Bournemouth, etc. And I think Jesus, if you watch that first pre-season game for Arsenal against Nuremberg, he adapted so well when he came off the bench. I think he came off the bench with 2 goals to his name, and he could have got a hat-trick. But he could be a player who could rise rapidly in value. So it's best to start with him. It looks like it's over 50% ownership at this very moment of time. But yeah, definitely, I do agree with that. I think we've got one more here, and this is from Moz. How you doing, mate? Do appreciate it. Thank you so much for your question. So Moz says Leeds players will be a decent asset in all areas of the pitch. I think personally Leeds are going under the radar. I personally think Leeds players are going under the radar. Now, only time will tell. They played, the first pre-season friendly against Blackpool. They won 4-0. But we've got to see a bit more. I think they're in Australia next. Leeds, I think maybe look at players like Harrison, a bit more proven. Geldhart getting that game time looks like he's really favoured under the American manager. But yeah, I think there's some good. I think Leeds are definitely going under the radar. Who they got first? They've got Wolves. I think they got Southampton. Then they got Chelsea. But then the rest are like green fixtures. I don't think they're playing any more of the top 6 after Chelsea until game week 8 or something like that. But I do agree. I think Leeds assets are going under the radar for sure. And I do get that. Yeah, guys. Yeah, that's been it. Twitter. people on Instagram, thank you so much. Shout out to you guys again. Do give them a follow. Thank you so much. Something different. And I really enjoyed that. Something fresh. But hopefully I'll be back with another stream in the next 2 days, something like that. But thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like. Please do subscribe, and I shall see you guys in the next video. Take care, you guys.